Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. Let's get to it. I am about to ride into Dol Amroth, finally. There are lots of epic quests that are sending me that way. But wait a second. Oh yeah, this quest is gonna mess up my tracker, so let me get rid of it. Because I have to complete 4 quests, so... yeah, let's do that. Can't believe I'm finally going in there. Of course I did the epic battle, but... that's different. That was an instance version of Dol Amroth. Or not Dol Amroth. What am I talking about? Pelargir. Have I been saying Dol Amroth this whole time? Am I going nuts? I'm going a little nuts. Pelargir. That's what I meant to say. Nice. Let me open up the stables here, of course.
How may I help you, friend?
And then let me get on my regular steed, just because it's a little bit easier to maneuver, especially with all this lag. My god. Oh, Langla sent you to check on me.
Cast aside their weapons when they fled.
That was quite unnecessary, Kippen. Mandan scowls. Well, perhaps it was a little necessary. You see, I began to gather some of the weapons the Corsairs cast aside when they fled, but it was slow work, and I decided my own skills might be better used elsewhere. You know of my talent for fashioning and applying salves, of course. There are many wounded folk who could use such treatment, and I will see to them immediately. Anyway, Celeriant went to gather the weapons already. You are welcome to go down to the docks and help him with the task if you like.
The appearance of the dead men may weigh heavily upon some members of the company.
I would follow Aragorn anywhere, Kippen, and standing here, with the smell of smoke on the air and the memory of battle still fresh on my mind, I feel as I have done so. I did not blanch when he led us through the Dimholt road, nor when he emerged from the mountain with the shades of the dead men all around us. Still, I am glad that they have departed. It is not natural for such men to linger in the world. An elf once told me that death is a gift for all men, but I do not understand what that meant until today. I think now that he was right. The appearance of the dead men may weigh heavily upon some others of our company. Golodir, in particular, seemed distraught by the passage under the mountain. Find Kurunir somewhere in the south of here and see if he knows where Golodir may be found. The two of them are rarely apart. Pretty epic statue. Okay, let me see here. Got a deed, I guess, for finding landmarks here within Pelargir. And of course, I show all the deeds in a region in the season finale episode, so you can look forward to that. Man, this place is massive. You get this quest here.
Looks like J.R.R. owes me some coins.
We had a friendly wager concerning what would happen first. Lothrandir returning to try and carry these crates, or you showing up to carry them in his stead. I never doubted you for a moment. And now you've won me some coins. I thank you for being so honorable and predictable. Radonir laughs. These need to go in the Corsair flagship, and that's the one that has the most room. J.R.R. is waiting for those supplies on the flagship moored on the large southern dock in the market ward. You can't miss it, it's the big one. Alright, so let me go ahead and grab the supply crate here. I don't know, all the ships look the same size to me. Am I wrong? How fair the Shire do you think? It's nice to see all of our ranger friends here. J.R.R. reluctantly thanks you for the supplies, though it lost him a wager. Start picking up some of these weapons. Man, this lag is killing me, man. I know I've been complaining about it a lot, but it's just I made it this far in the game, and I never really had a significant issue. Every once in a while I have a little bit, but not to the point where it's affecting the gameplay to this extent. How many of these swords must I gather? Well, I don't know about you, but I need 8. 2 more. Okay, so I got that. Let me continue. I guess let me go back up. Somebody up there on the wall, looks like. Little quest ring. Lots of activities to do here for sure. I remember this from the epic battle. This is where the last stage took place.
I am not in the mood to talk.
This has been a trying experience for all of us. I hope you do not mind. As you turn to go, Coroneer holds up his hand. I'm sorry, friend. I am fine. With what can I help you? You tell him that you are looking for Golodir, and though he might know where you could find the ranger. Golodir is the cause of my ill temperament, and I have no desire to speak with him any further. Do you remember the fell mood that seized him in Angmar, before the Grey Company was assembled? I thought that he had left it behind him. Indeed, it seemed that the journey was doing him some good, but it returned to him in Tur Morva, only to be overcome by the gentle laughter of the Dunlending girl Wenda. But like the rising and falling brimstone pools of Melanhad, his ill mood has returned after a short time at a low ebb, and now he shouts at his own dear friends. If you seek him out, know that I left him standing on a dock to the south, looking out on the water. I will not be held responsible if he treats you unkindly, for it seems he does not know his friends. So it looks like I have to take multiple supplies down there to the dock. I don't know, there's so many quests here, I'm just kind of going to the nearest quest ring at all times.
I see you had more success with the weapon gathering than I did.
But I too have done some good. These folk were fortunate. I was here to see to their wounds. I know the plan for us to leave the city, and it is important for us to do so, but we should try to help as many of the people here as we can. I will put these weapons into a barrel and ask Celeron where he wants it brought. But you should return to Langlas and tell him that I will be on short rations for the rest of the journey. I wish to give a portion of my provisions to some of the families the attack from Umbar hit the hardest. Okay, where is the other supplies here? Maybe more this way, I don't know. Supply barrel, it's down there. Okay, so I gotta go down. Okay, grab that. And then take that all the way to the ship. Or wait a minute, am I taking it here?
If I never see another crate, it will be far too soon for me.
I have been fruitlessly searching for maps ever since the battle ended, Kippen. If I never see another crate, it will be far too soon for me. I have searched all the crates in this area. The only place I have not yet searched is the northeast at the very top of the market ward. I do not think any of those crates will have river maps in them, but just to be safe, we should search them anyway. Okay, but for now, I need to take this barrel to the ship. Sometimes these quests are so concentrated that it's kind of hard to stay focused on one. because you passed like 10 others on your way to completing quest objectives. Tekron thanks you for the supplies.
Pains me to see Lothrandir so weak, so tired.
Hold a moment, Kippen. Did you know that Radomir and I had a bit of a friendly wager? It was just to amuse us during a bit of tedium, and I do not want you to take it too greatly to heart. You see, I wagered that Lothrandir would return to the city and finish the task of loading the ships instead of you, but I did not mean to disparage your strength or ability. All know of your great deeds and the help that you have provided to us on this journey. No, I base my wager on how hardy Lothrandir always appears. He chose to live in distant Forakill after all. Such inhospitable places breed stalwart men, and Lothrandir was strong to start. He's the toughest ranger I have ever met, and, well, perhaps that is the reason for my wager, Kippen. I simply could not believe that Lothrandir's strength could be taken from him, but Saruman has turned him into a shell of his former self. Such treatment in the dungeons of the wizard would kill a lesser man. I have no doubt, but it pains me to see Lothrandir so weak, so tired. I think I wagered against you with the hope that it was not so. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time, my friend. I just wanted you to know. Alright. Let me go talk to Golodir. Seems like he's down here. I don't know how to get there. Maybe I have to come up here. My frame rate is not the best in this area. He really tucked himself in a corner here, huh?
Yes, what do you want?
Are you here to chastise me for treating Coronir unkindly? He has been a sharp thorn in these past few days, constantly asking questions about my well-being. He should have experienced a rebuke. There's an angry fire in Golodir's eyes, an unfamiliar smoldering rage. I know why, Kippen. Around matters of the dead, they treat me with delicate gloves. They look at me and they see my daughter Lorniel. My grief was strong and will never truly pass. But this treatment fills me with such anger I would strike them all down, Coronir, Halbrand, and even my own chief Aragorn. He falls silent. When he speaks again, his voice is little more than a whisper, and there are tears in his eyes. I do not know where this anger comes from, Kippen. It feels as if I hear voices of the past, unflagging and unrelenting, calling my name, taunting me. I will master these voices. I have been troubled by these feelings ever since we began this journey, and I have managed to stifle them. It has become more difficult as of late, perhaps because of the unnatural skies, the evil presence of the dead men. Do not worry about me, my friend. I will apologize to Coronir, and my outbursts will remain between us, I hope. Alright. Let me continue. Let me look at the map. So I'm going to the central region. Well, let me go all the way up there. Wonder if I should set my milestone here instead. Well, you know what? I got so many milestones. Why can't I have both? I don't need to go to Nar's Peak anytime soon, so I'm just gonna bind it there. Gotta search some of these crates here. The crate does not contain that which you seek. So none of these. There we go. You found some folded parchments in the crate. Maps of the Anduin's course. Look at all these quests ready to turn in. It's so satisfying seeing all these check marks.
I can ascertain little from these maps, but Orthon will fare better.
You found some maps of the Anduin? I cannot believe it. It is always the last place you check, or the first place you never checked, is it not? Amlon takes the maps from you and peers at it for a moment. Well, I see Pelargir here and Osgiliath up here, which means that these 4 black lines must be the Anduin. But what do you make of the marks of the river's course. What did they mean? I cannot ascertain anything useful from these maps, Kippen. I think you should bring them to Orthon, for he is a master of lore and should be skilled at reading maps. I think you will find him to the southeast, somewhere in the court of the Ship Kings. It's a pretty epic port city here. I'm enjoying it.
What a fine gift! I did not think you knew of my interest in cartography.
Yes, with what can I help you, my friend? What do you have here? You hand Orthon the maps of the Anduin, and with each one his smile grows. What a fine gift, Kippen. I did not think you knew of my interest in cartography. It is a vanishing talent these days, I'm afraid, but I have done my best to craft maps of the lands through which we have traveled. This will be a great help in improving the accuracy of my own efforts in this field. Not that they are in great need of such improvement, but I believe there is always room for honoring one's skills. Oh, this gift has more practical purpose? I will of course study these maps of the river closely and give my findings to Aragorn so we may travel the Anduin as safely and quickly as we can. The Ranger Pharaon standing nearby beckons you to speak with him.
I overheard your conversation with Orthon, and have a suggestion of my own.
I hope you will bring it to Dervon, for I know that he has the ear of Aragorn. I urge that he not fly the standard of the king when he sail up the Anduin. I have trained many light-fingered folk in the art of burglary, and I know the value of surprise. Sometimes it can make all the difference. If he keeps secret the fact of our departure and the manner of our travel, any foe we face may be put off its guard upon our arrival. My heart tells me that there is value in this. Please tell Dervon of my message, Kippen.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Ah, you say my wife has sent you. I am heartened that she and my son are safe, but I cannot say the same for myself or my men. Although the battle has ended, many troubles still plague Pelargir.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Your arrival in the city is well timed, Kippen. When the city fell, my kin was presumed captured or dead. Fortunately, we have located them as hostages aboard the remaining hostile Corsair ships. My advisors say that a direct assault would be too risky, and since your reputation precedes you, I would ask that you sneak aboard the ships and rescue my family. Captain Thandor is in charge of the city defense, and will be able to provide you with more information. I don't know why I've messed up the pronunciation there. Maybe I just had to do a lot of reading this episode so far.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Faltheron may trust you with this task, but he does not make it any easier. In order for this rescue to work, we will need to sneak on and off the ships. Fortunately, we have no shortage of small landing craft. If you head to the docks behind me, you should be able to find something suitable that you can use to sneak on board. Tread lightly, Kippen.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
During their assault, the Corsairs captured citizens from town and shipped to serve aboard their galleys as slaves. Although we were able to halt their advance into Gondor, many remain trapped aboard their vessels. We no longer have the proper resources to mount a rescue, so I would ask you to board the remaining Corsairs' occupied ships and free any prisoners of war that you find.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
A small band of Corsairs managed to survive the battle to retake the city and forms a blockade near the Eastern River Gate. We don't want to destroy the ships since the debris would delay our advance towards Minas Tirith. We need you to board the ships and defeat any remaining Corsairs you might find. This is the only solution to clear the blockade, Kippen. Man, so many quests here. Let me come down here. This must be the boat that Thandor described. I'm a little confused here. What am I doing? It can be reached using a boat to the south. Well, I'm at the boat. How do I use it? Oh, here we go. I guess it's this one. I like that I'm a hostile invader on these boats, but they don't seem to care because they're underleveled. They just let me pass. I guess I don't really need to fight these guys. Well, yeah, I do. I need to kill 10 of them. We start freeing some of these hostages. These guys don't even say anything when I rescue them. So there are named people that I need to rescue, and then just general slaves. I missed one over there. Yeah, let me head back real quick. Alright, let me save that guy. And on the other side as well. Save the lady. Cereal. Alright, looks like I got everyone on that boat, so let me move on to this one. Only need to kill 4 more, and then I can avoid the enemies altogether. Very good. Trying to group the other guy up, but that didn't work. Do a spear of virtue on him. Kill him quickly. Alright, so that's all the slaves. However, there's still a named guy that I need to save. I guess he's all the way back there. Corsair Taskmaster. I'll kill him, why not? Should be the last one I need to. A little bit of lag there. I like that this takes me back so I don't have to run back to where I came from. That's kind of nice. Okay, so I got everybody. Let me get out of here. Then I can turn all of these in. Man, look at all those check marks. Totally satisfying.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Remarkable work, Kip, and you were able to climb aboard without even our notice. Now that you have found the missing nobles, we will be able to deal with the matters elsewhere. The war continues to rage beyond the city, and we will need to be ready for what is next. For now, we will remember this as the day where the bloodline of Pelargir was saved.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Well done, Kippen. Although this will leave many displaced refugees within our walls, this means fewer innocents being subjected to the enemies of Gondor. Our next move is to make sure that they find their way to some place that's safer. We won't be able to keep them here.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Well done, Kippen. I've been told that there are no more major groups of resistance left in the bay. With that, our great city should be free from the Corsair threat. In the meantime, we cannot moor their ships and prepare for what is next. We can moor their ships.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
You have done Gondor a great service today, Kippen. The lordship of Pelargir has survived its greatest challenge, and we are now ready for what is next. Please inform Lord Regent that we located his family and that we have people tending to their injuries. I'm sure that Faltheron would appreciate the news coming from you.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Faltheron looks to you and lets loose a relieved sigh. Very good. It pains me to know that my father is still missing, but I will try to carry on his legacy as best I can. The bloodline of Sirgon shall endure. We have tough days ahead of us, but no matter what, Pelargir will stand as a testament to Gondor's defiance in the face of war.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Kippen, we haven't much time left. The Gondorian army intends to make its way upriver towards Pelennor. It pains me to say this, but we must abandon the city until the fighting is resolved. I intend to send the surviving refugees to Dol Amroth along with my family. I know that they will not like the news, but I would ask you to deliver it to them. Your actions have earned my trust, and I'm sure theirs as well. Let me open up the map and see where I'm headed. I guess... Let me go up here. No, not up there. Why would I go up there? Well, I'm gonna go up here just for cinematic purposes. Very cool. Unfortunately, the bridge got destroyed here, I guess. So I can't make it to the keep itself. Kind of disappointing. It looks awesome in there. Man, I love all those Corsair ships. This city totally got overrun, huh? You start to appreciate the scale when you see just how many ships there were on the shore.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Thanks for rescuing me, Kippen. Faltheron told me about his plans to evacuate the city. There's still lots of pockets of criminal activity, so we'll need to make sure the guards are ready. I need you to deliver these orders to any guards stationed nearby. We will need them to be on alert for when we are ready to depart.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
Oh, Kippen, look at all these poor people. Many of them are not even from here. They were abducted as the Corsairs sacked the countryside and taken as slaves aboard the galleys. I've been told that we do not have enough food for all of them, so I prepared some warm meals for our stranded friends. Could you help me pass them around to any hungry refugees that you might find?
What strange darkness covers the sky?
During the capture of the city, I lost an heirloom that has been in my family for longer than we can remember. It was the only thing that I took with me when we fled Tol Kiriorani. I cannot imagine leaving Pelargir without finding it. Could you help me, Kippen? It was located somewhere in the north of here, where a small band of us offered resistance against the Corsairs. Let me grab this food here. Gotta feed all these guys.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
As you hand over the orders, the guard opens the note and begins to read. Won't this leave certain areas of the city a little vulnerable? I know the Corsairs are gone, but there's still plenty of threats from within the city.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Well, alright then. It sounds like those men at the docks could use a hand or two anyway.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Finally, I get something to do. There's nothing here but ruined streets. Why do they have us guarding it anyway? Let me look for the debris here. Or look through it. I still maintain that the greatest change the developers ever made to the game is expanding how many active quests you can have on your tracker.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Thank goodness, I'll be happy to leave this area. If you listen, you can hear those crooks and thieves from across the bridge, plotting and yelling. They're looking forward to taking over more of the city.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
This has made me a little worried. Why would they pull people away from one of the only places where there is still a threat to watch over? Oh well, I suppose that our leaders know best. I searched all the debris. Nothing exciting.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
What's this business? They don't think that we can handle things around here and now they're sending more guards to the docks? Lots of feeding still to do here.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Looks like we will have to get these ships ready for a lot of folk. The harbor master isn't going to be too pleased about this.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Alright, I understand. So now I need to search the area near the reflecting pool. Metallic shimmer underneath the debris catches your attention. Clearing away the debris reveals an ash-stained lockbox. Collected the heirloom. Very good. Let me go back down here, turn in a few of these quests.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Ah, excellent. This should be adequate protection from whatever criminal elements may be left lurking in the city. I can tell you're worried, but fret not. The gangs that remain have no interest in antagonizing the city's Gondorian host, and know that we intend to depart soon.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
Goodness, I was not expecting you to feed so many people. That's so wonderful to hear. I feel better knowing that someone besides myself is looking out for these poor people. The tough times aren't over, but I feel like we've crested over the hill with today. Thank you for making a difference, Kippen.
We woke this morning to no sun, no light of day.
Somehow I knew you would return with it. I know that it was a selfish thing of me to ask for your help, but I know how much Falthorn wants us away from the war. I cannot replace what I've lost, but it can help me to forget, if only for a little while. Alright, so I've done a lot of questing here, a lot of reading. There's going to be a lot more to come, so I'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.